In the 1980s, the automotive world was locked in a technological arms race. Ferrari, Lamborghini, and Porsche weren't just battling for prestige. They were pushing the very limits of engineering, speed, and boldness. Out of this war came something that looked more like a spaceship than a car, the Porsche 959. Originally designed for Group B rally racing, the 959 immediately raised eyebrows. It featured a 2.85-liter twin-turbo flat-six engine, all-wheel drive, active suspension, and a level of onboard electronics that felt more like science fiction than reality. With 450 horsepower and a top speed of 317 kilometers per hour, 197 miles per hour, it was, for a moment, the fastest production car in the world. But speed wasn't the problem. The 959 was so advanced, it confused governments, especially the United States. The car never passed the U.S. crash and emissions tests, not because it was unsafe, but because Porsche didn't bother with American certification. Why? Because the technology inside the 959 was so far ahead, the cost and complexity of homologation made no sense at the time. So the result? It was banned. American millionaires who bought the car had to store them in warehouses or display them in museums. Imagine owning a fighter jet, but not being allowed to fly it. That's what owning a 959 in America felt like. Only in 1999, more than a decade later, did the U.S. introduce a legal loophole called show and display, which allowed rare and historically significant cars to be driven under certain conditions. The Porsche 959 was one of the very first to qualify, but the legend was already written. It wasn't banned because it was dangerous. It was banned because it was too far ahead of its time. And maybe that was its greatest rebellion.